Hey, what's up, everybody in Premium? It's Bueller here again, and going to be doing a double upload. This is going to be recorded today, but this is going up on Sunday. I'll have two uploads on Sunday, and then a chef has another one on the way that breaks down more zones. But this upload will be focusing on other stocks that you're not used to seeing me post all the time. But these will be good stocks to watch for this week, the week after, maybe even longer than that. But we're just going to stick to the setup. So please mark these lines on your charts. Please set alerts. And let's get into this. So today I only set up a stock watch list of about 7. It started with about 3, but then I kept just finding more setups. So the other upload that I'll be doing will be covering me going through the TA routine. I'm going to go through an entire watch list of like 30 or more stocks. So if your stock happens to be in there, I'm happy that it's in there. But I'll be covering all of that here on the next upload. But this one, just going to be covering all these plays. I found some really neat setups, SKLZ being my favorite one. So we're going to go ahead and start on that one. But SKLZ has a falling wedge in the 30-minute, 4-hour, multiple big time frames while also holding above a weekly emerging candle. So as you can see, when you go to the TA routine, you start with emerging candles on the weekly. That's what I started with. So I marked that one green. Moving down to the daily, and I started seeing this weird squeeze. I'm like, looking for a retracement back at this level, see how it holds. And we have lowering volume on the daily, so that's really big. That's looking bullish. It's looking very bullish. So we're just looking for where it's going to catch support, and then we can play. We're already in swings on this. I'm going to be getting in shares on this on Monday, and I'll probably be calling out another swing play on this on Monday. But let's move it on to the 30-minute. Or actually, let me show the 4-hour first. You could see why I was looking at it like that. So I saw how big this was, and I just saw it kind of cascading towards one squeeze. I love seeing that because when you have a breakout, you're normally looking for a continuation, which we didn't get, or a retracement pattern. We got the retracement pattern. Now we're looking, is it going to be a reversal or is it going to continuate down? Well, it isn't. It doesn't look like it wants to continuate down. It looks like it wants to be a falling wedge and maybe even hold above this 2090. If it ends up dropping lower, then it'll most likely ruin this squeeze. But I think going into very early, like on Monday, I think this will be one of the top popping stocks going up. If not, maybe Tuesday. So be watching for a big play here on SKLZ. This is gaming related. Definitely go check them out. I've posted multiple fundamental facts about them in my channel. Love this stock. It's very still low key, and it is in a great industry. So going to be watching this one for a pop pretty soon. The next one I wanted to show you guys was a solar stock, JKS. You're all very aware of this one. We've called it out many times. But it's kind of in a daily bull flag. So it has this really big move, and now it's kind of cascading, but it's not really breaking lower. It's not breaking any crazy Fibonacci levels. I think the 50% retracement's like right here or something, so it's still above it. So it's still holding inside that bull flag. So we're looking for this stock in particular, as well as other solar stocks, because the entire market's looking good with new Democratic policy changes. But this is going to be very good for solar. So we're going to be looking for all solar stocks to continue popping. You've heard me say it a million times. I'm going to say it a million more times. But yeah, JKS, one of my top solar watches. This one's in a very, very big squeeze. I love it. I don't know how long it's going to take to be in here, but we are already in for the 2022 contract, so we're really good for any amount of time really on that one. So that one's looking good. I'm really looking for solar to continue up moving. Not even just JKS. I have an entire watch list here. I'll switch it over real quick and show you. Solar. I'm waiting for all of these stocks to pop. Canadian Solar, DACO, EMPH, FSLR, JKS, Run, SED, SunW, TAN as the ETF, as well as that ticker y'all saw me throw in there the other day where it's Clean Energy. This is a Clean Energy ETF, ICLN, right here. That doesn't have Tesla in it, but it does have a lot of really good clean energy stocks in it, so I'll be watching that closely this year. You'll see me call those out a lot, but let's move on. NIO had big news with Nvidia this weekend, actually. I woke up and I saw probably 50 DMs about this Nvidia and NIO thing. Yes, this is very good news for them. Will it continue up instantly? I don't know, but we're going to plan for both sides. So I'm expecting short sellers, and all I did on most of these charts was the TA routine. I'm just kind of zooming through it because I didn't want to show y'all also the charting process. I'm going to do that on the next video. But this is the all-time high resistance right now, so we're kind of waiting to see, is it going to break above this? Is it going to retrace first? Because a lot of the time when you have really big news come out, you'll have a sell-off, and that's not because it's bad news. It's good news, but people are just shorting the news. People are already in. This was an expected move, and that kind of looks like an expected run-up. So people were definitely buying up going into NIO day. So I don't think it matters if it was good or bad. I think overall NIO had a great NIO day, but we'll be watching this one more closely because if it ends up falling, we're going to be catching that support for a buy the dip. If it just continues to run, we're going to play it as continuation. So definitely keep NIO on top watch. I'll cover NVIDIA later on in this video. Let's move on to Square. Square was the next one. I'm watching for a breakout above all-time high above 247. The only few levels that are really above current price right now are that 242.20, the 244.85, and then you have the new all-time high, which the all-time high and all this information is an extended hour. So technically, the only price action above it is that 242 right now, and then that 244.80. So we're going to be watching above that to the 247 mark. Above 247, we'll be playing to the 250, 255, 260, etc. Playing the psychological resistances ahead. So that's what I'm watching there on Square. You guys know I'm super bullish on Square. It's going to probably 5 times over again this year. Big things coming from them. Here on Nvidia, the news with NIO, of course, very bullish. Nvidia itself, though, let me show you guys on a bigger time frame. Nvidia itself has been lagging, and I've been saying this for weeks. A lot of guys in the voice chat have been hearing me nerd out about it, but this one has been lagging for weeks. We had that really big pop on semiconductors the other day, and that wasn't because of certain news or most of anything. They're in a big TA squeeze right now, and it's because they're still way down here while the markets are way up here. Even most of tech has moved up right from here. When Tesla and Amazon were in the middle, they ended up popping. Apple was the first to go. Facebook fell. That was a little different. Microsoft was in the middle, and it pushed up, and then it came back down. So semiconductor on Nvidia has yet to do it. Their big NIO partnership, though, should launch some extra juice behind them. The 535s are probably the biggest level that I'll be looking for because, one, it's the emerging candle over here, but it's also a very common resistance right here. So I think any good news can keep it up finally above that, and that's what will take it to the 550s again. I think this will be the run that takes, because as you can see, we've just been making lower highs. We haven't actually pushed up to 550 and held or anything yet. They're just wicks. So we aren't up there that long. We're just up there for half a day, if anything, on those 3 occasions. So I'll be looking for a push up to 550s pretty soon on Nvidia. So definitely be watching for a very big day on day trades, because when this thing wants to run, it'll go all in one day if it wants, and then do it for a couple more days if it wants. So we'll be watching for a big run up on Nvidia. The only past run ups to all-time high were these 2 right here. So we're going to be watching to those levels once we are above that 550. But that's later down the road, and then of course the all-time high at 589. So let's move on to BLNK. But that in turn should also make Nvidia do great, just because of all the other stocks around it that are so relative in its market area is probably going to carry AMD for once, which AMD before was carrying a lot of people. BLNK may be forming a bull flag on the 4-hour. I kind of drew it on the 4-hour, and I'm zooming out to the dailies just to show you guys, but it was a little more cleaner on here. A lot of the times, if you guys can't get a clean picture on the daily, weekly, or just a certain time frame, just go down one more time frame and see if you can get a more clear picture on it, and wrap your lines around that price so you can get a really good picture of what's about to go on and what you can maybe figure out. I ended up figuring out this is a very important bull flag because I have a big run up. It's retracing, and it is yet to even pull back under this level. That's very, very, very strong, because that's a resistance turned support. That is very bullish. So I'll be waiting for that to the 4560s. The only thing that could really screw it is if it was to fail this 4560 again and then push back down. And then, we're still in the flag, of course. But as long as we don't break lower than this, we'll still be good. So I'm looking for kind of push above that or retracement back down by the dip, then push back up. So those are it's kind of very similar to the NIO play. I'm kind of waiting for a breakout, or if it falls, I'm going to be buying the dip on the bottom of the trend, unless it breaks this level here. If it was to break 37, I'll of course wait longer and see where it ends up finding support at. But BLNK, keep your eyes on that one. A lot of these tickers are very cheap premium, by the way. Whether it's for day trading or swinging, some of these are very well. The last ticker I wanted to cover in this video, though, was SNO. SNO has been doing very good, but this chart reminds me of a lot of the few charts I just covered, where it kind of went up, it has good bullish sentiment behind it, and it kind of retraced. So now we're kind of waiting to see where's it going to go. Right now, where it's sitting is a very, very, very crucial level, because if I go out to the daily, I think it was, yeah. If I go mark this level, I go mark this emerging candle, I mark this emerging candle, where is price sitting right now? Price fell all the way to these levels. These were resistance turned support. So now we're going to see, is this super bullish? Is this just where it ended up falling before it continuates down? Does it hold here and then push up? So we're going to be confirming all that this week on SNO. So definitely going to be watching for a continuation, maybe even a possible run back up to the 400s. That would be kind of crazy. But we may even see one more dip before the rip back up. So going to be watching that one too. Very similar to the BLNK and NIO plays. But I hope this video helps you guys. I hope you guys go set these levels and alerts. I hope some of you guys get in on these plays. A lot of these tickers are very, very fun to play. And I'll try my best to call out as many of them as we can during the week. But these are some of my top watches that are on the side of our other watches as well as our daily plays. So hope this video was good and hope you guys enjoy.